Hours before the world's attention,
Carolyn, there's been a lot of racial questions about this white cop stopping this black man.
Turns toward a Charleston courtroom.
Andy, what has Michael Slager said to you about what happened April 4th?
I spoke with defense attorney Andy Savage about representing Michael Slager, the former North Charleston police officer who shot and killed Walter Scott 18 months ago. Slager is charged with murder.
As typical in my practice, I didn't ask him early on what he did. There was no reason for me to ask him and be prejudiced by that. I had the 3 statements he gave to North Charleston, I had the statement he gave to SLED, and then I went out and examined the evidence in the case.
Millions of people have watched police dash cam video of this traffic stop. Walter Scott pulled over by Officer Michael Slager for a broken tail light in the Charleston Farms neighborhood. Here's what we know happened. Officer Michael Slager asked Walter Scott for proof of ownership of the car. Scott tells Slager he doesn't have the right paperwork. There is a passenger in the car. Slager walks back to the police cruiser to check with police dispatch. Scott opens the car door. He's ordered to stay in the car. And then this. Scott bolts from that car. Savage points out Slager did not have backup. He also says the officer had no idea why Scott ran, nor what Scott would do next.
He wasn't running to an exit. Everybody thinks, Scott was trying to get out of there. No, he wasn't. So was he trying to get behind a tree to pull out a gun? Slager never frisked him. He didn't have the opportunity to shake him down to see whether he was armed.
What did Michael Slager say happened during that period of time that's off camera?
The assumption is there was no video, but there was audio.
Savage charges back that sound was collected from 4 different sources that day. The phone call from Walter Scott's car, the police body microphone, the cell phone video from a bystander, and data collected from the police taser.
So what we did is we put the 4 audio components together with the taser component, with the video as much as we could, and then we took Slager's statement that he made that morning and the statement he made to SLED to see if it fit. And it fits like a hand in glove.
But what many people consider as the most compelling piece of evidence in the case, Savage says is a weak link in this puzzle. He says cell phone video shot by Faden Santana doesn't clearly show what happened when Slager fired 8 times as Scott ran away.
Then we looked at the video that was taken by the bystander, and we really thoroughly examined that and the distortion in that video.
What's the distortion? How is it distorted?
You'll have to see what the testimony is, but I think people are going to be shocked when they see where he was shot.
Why do you want the Michael Slager and Walter Scott's names to be used instead of defendant and victim?
Because when I say Carolyn Murray is a victim, that's a determination that you've been wronged, right? That you had an issue because you were wronged by a third party of no fault of your own.
Is it not standard, though?
Was standard or not? I mean, I'm a lawyer for Michael Slager, and I don't think that Scott can wear a badge of victim. They all say, Michael, what did you do or you didn't do? You show me. You listen to the audio. You show me on the video where he said, sorry, hands up. Never. So is that rational behavior? I'm not saying you should be shocked by that, but there is no culpability for not saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to run, all right, you won, I lose. Nothing. So you can understand, I think the jurors will understand what was in Michael's mind due to the actions of Mr. Scott, not the actions of Mr. Slager.